やっぱり共犯、花とこの女の人との共犯かな。なんでピコピコしてんだろう。主人公警察の人だよね。もてあそばれて復讐みたいな。でもイブのことはあんま好きじゃなさそうだよね。イブ、花。でも双子だったならめっちゃ顔一緒だったりして。じゃあ助産師のフローレンス。出てきた。5個だから全部見れるね。
フローレンス、
私を連れて帰った。
Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy
健康な赤
baby.
ちゃんをいたことで満足
I
し、
guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up, take away the evidence that this was anything but a
死んだことに
happy
されて
vision.
フローレンスに連れて行かれたんだ。生まれた時に。割とはっきり見えるようになってきたな、刷り込みが。
Florence raised me in her home. I
フ
never
ロー
left
レンスの家で
it.
育
She
てら
came
れ、
out of
家の
sight.
外には出なかった。
It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies,
誰
that
も
sort of
怪しま
thing.
なかった。
I never knew any different.
違くあるわけないよね。
I grew up looking out of my window
この向こうにいる彼女を見てた。
across the road.
それ
It
が
was
花。
like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
やっぱそっくりなんだ。連れて行かれたんだ。なんかな、悲しいな。誘拐じゃんね。
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I
ど
guess.
こが壊れて、まあ壊れてるでしょ、連れて行っちゃう
When
と。
I found her diary, I also
日記と一緒に古い新聞や手紙が入った缶も
with
見
other
つけて。
stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story was in there.
彼女の過去を知ったの。フローレンスにどん
I
な過
never
去
really
が。
spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it
本当の意味を
together
理解したのは大人に
later,
なってから。
once I was older. She had loved children,
幸せな家庭を夢見ていたけれど、
but her husband died in the
戦
war.
争で夫を失って
And that was back when you married for life.
再婚もできなかった。
She never felt like she could marry again.
一人で生きていくしかなかったんだ。
Isn't that strange? She was
当
a
時
widow
20
in
代
her
だったの？
20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then.
そういう時代だったんでしょうね。
You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder.
戦
A
争
war
未亡
dead.
人だったから戦死者を上回うという意味はあったのかな。
One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that.
いやでも一人で生きていかないといけないなんてかわいそうだな。まあそれで子供も欲しかったのかもしれないね。それでどっか壊れちゃってどんどん心病んでって
No.
手
It
を
was
出した
just
んだ。
me and
私と
her.
彼女だけ。
Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They
イブと
talked
名付
about
けようと
it
決めてい
and
たら
were
しい。
going to try when he came back.
向こうの両
Florence's
親かな。
family had a history of firstborn girls, so they
じゃあ
were
フローレンス
convinced
の
it was
方だ。
going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood.
フローレンス
Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened
お
last
家の
week.
話。これ実は双子が代わる代わる来てたりしないよな。たまたかけてたのかな、サイモンが。浮気相手が双子の妹だか姉だかで裏切られたとか。屋根裏はまだ調べてないな。屋根裏に行ったみたいなこと言ってたから、 あれだね、きっと結構お向かいさんに住んでたっていうのがすごいよね。まあこの多分大通りの挟んでなんだろうけど、通りを挟んでだけど窓越しにお互いのことを認識していた。
Yes, I read a lot as a child and
本やテレ
watched
ビ
lots
が
of
好きだっ
TV.
た。
Then the doll's house we had,
人形の
still
家を
have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to stay up there and make up our own stories.
考えたり遊んだり。あ、これ絶対そう。子供の頃から交流があったんだ、花と。
Could the heads have come from somewhere
他の
else?
ものの毛である可能性
Could
は。
they? We have a lot of dolls in the attic.
人間い
There's
っ
a
ぱいある
Rapunzel
し。
doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
人形の毛毛があった。ちょっと毛は大事なワードかもしれないね。まあ、アリバイとかそこら辺もちょっと気になるけど。
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came
人
from.
間の家をどうやって手に
I
入れ
don't
た
know
か
if
わ
it
からない
was。given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it.
で買ったわけではない。
It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing.
素敵な家だった。
Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows.
すごい豪華なド
We
ール
spent
のハウスだった
hours
ん
and
だ。
hours playing it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork from them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories.
こんだけね、でかくて精巧な
Once,
のがあったらや
a
るよ
moth
ね。
got trapped in there. We'd left a light
あらら
on.
らら。
It was making the most horrendous noise.
人形の家も一応ワード入れ
We
て
tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
本で潰しちゃった。なるほどね。ラニーラの話は結構大事な思い出として残ってるのかな。あ、ダグとエレノアのワードも入れとこうか。あんまりダグとエレノアは誰なの？たびたび出てきた両親っていうワードは多分フローレンスの連れ去った助産師の方ではない。屋根裏がある方のお家の
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried.
誰ダ
I
グと
feel
エレノ
sorry
ア
for them.
で死んだのも多分そっちだね。両親って言ってるのは多分そっちだよね。
I got a job to contribute, you know.
仕事をしていた。
Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook
料
or
理は
not,
下手
just
でも食中
don't
毒
poison
を
the
起
kids.
こさなければいいって。
So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
両親の干渉。やっぱダグとエレナーって両親のことかな。ね、いろいろ仕事を紹介みたいな。
I hoover my dust every week,
掃除。
maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust,
エ
and
レ
she
ノアが
said,
言ってた。
people ask, tell them you do it once a
普通に
week.
聞かれたら週に1回掃除してって答えておけって。
I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was
彼女は
hoovering
毎
every
日掃除
day
したけど。
in a ran and ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front.
毎日働いてたら毎日掃除は
She
大変だ
has
と思う
secret
けどね。
stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books.
これ
Cigarettes
出た。
inside.
悪い
And she still
な。
has them. And last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack.
タバコ好きだったのかな。
I mean, all those years of marriage. And she
秘
still
密
has
が
a
あるなん
secret
て
like
ね。
that.
秘密はまだ入れてないな。秘密もちょっと後で調べたい。
1984
1984年。
wasn't awful
Yeah, it
in
was
the
shut.
end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat
夏に
wave.
どっちも夏だった。
So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a
なか
lot
な
of
か同
these
時に亡くなるってない
forensic
よね。
entomologist. I had to look that up
感染症とかだった
because
か
of
な
the。heat. It's just awful.
でもショッキングだよね、同時に亡くなったら。秘密も言ってみるか。アリバイとかの方が多分大事なんだろうけど。
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by
秘
tapping out
密の
code
信号
that we
本
learned
で
in the
読んで
book.
覚えた。
The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use.
戦争
We
中
tap them out on
はいはい
radiator
はい。
height or the attic floor.
コンコンコンコンって。なんて送ってんのそれは。
Dad thought we had mice. We didn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
猫、ネズミ。あ、関係はなさそうだけど。でもなんかコンコンしてるのあったよな。関係ないかな。でも結局なんて何を言おうとしてるのか、何をコツコツしたのかわかんないから見てもわかんないよな。チとかここら辺から行くか。いない。
Okay.
いいわ。
I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your
はい
records?
はいはい。DNA 鑑定みたいなね。
Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood.
血が。
It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
人生最悪の経験。経験って頭に出てくるね。
Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday
エッ
breakfast.
グベ
or
ネディクトを作って
eggs
くれ
Benedict.
た。
We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I
Angel.
got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway.
土曜日の
And
話か。
Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after
Present.
that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big
口論に
argument.
なった。
Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think.
あ、土曜日の話だし。いや、
Mm.
土曜日じゃなくて金曜か。金曜日の夜の話だね。その日誕生日だったんだ。
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that.
3時ぐらい。3時も。
I
こ
walked in,
こら辺の大事ワードっぽいね。ここら
saw
辺の
Simon.
サイモンが
Was on the floor of the living room.
床には歌ってた。え ?3 時に帰ったら死ねた。
Cut.
喉が切り裂かれてて。
There was a lot of blood.
血だらけ。
He was dead.
死んでいた。なるほどね。で、それで殺してたのが双子のマノだったってことなのかな。誕生日の日に口論になったって話だったからね。
Yes, that's my birthday. No one
It's not
big ones,
Tanjiro.
but I guess you can see that.
赤ちゃんの話をしたって言ったね。
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at
家
home.
で食事を
We
するこ
had
と
our
に
meal. He gave me his present
プレゼントは気
because
に
I
入ら
didn't
なく
like
て
the present.
プレゼント大事かな。ちょっとプレゼント言ってみようか。あるね。
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a
プレゼン
while.
トは原因じゃないと。
The present was a mirror. A
鏡を
nice
くれ
mirror.
た。
He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
あ、めっちゃいいプレゼントじゃん。だけど口論の内容とは関係ないよと。
About 8 years back.
8年前、
It
ま
was
た
a
新
present
しい。
myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
コーヒー好きなのかな。自分へのプレゼントってなんだ。
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come
彼
back.
女は彼を待っていた。
She put on my wig,
あ、やっ
put on
ぱ
my clothes,
双子か。
pretended to be me.
うちのふりをして。
They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror.
もう一つの鏡。
Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her.
彼がぶったの。
So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
なるほどね。ちょっと読めてきた。お花がこの女の人の格好をして待ってて、誕生日のプレゼントを受け取った鏡、一緒になりたいんだって言われて、花はおかしくなっちゃったみたいな。怒ったのか。で、思わず殺してしまった。っていう話を聞いて、この人があたかも口論になって出てったわよって証言したってことなのかな。共犯、ある意味共犯だけど、実際にサイモンを殺したのは花だったのかな。いやでも全ての真実にまだたどり着いていないのか。 OK。 鏡も大事そうなワードだね。表記になったわけだから。
He was wearing
青いタートルネックのシャツを着て
the blue turtleneck shirt.
ジーンズを履いていたわ。
He has a watch. It's a really nice one. It's a gift from his boss, Eric.
マイリックは
Had
上
his
司。
coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear.
あ、
He would have
行方
taken
不明に
that
な
with
った
him
時の
as
話
long
だ。
as-
受けをつけてダッフルコートを着てるはずよ。行方不明になった時の話。
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift.
結婚記念日のギフト。
Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time. You must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
グラスゴー。これがアリバイに関する話よな。で、これの時計をアリバイの偽装に使ったってことね。グラスゴーも一応調べとこう。めっちゃ話してるね。
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could.
家を出自分も
When
家
I
を出た
finally
時の話。
stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
で眠ってから戻ってきてって話だったね。
Yes. I got to Glasgow. I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past.
ゴミ収
I
集
got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry. Tried calling someone from a payphone and then
公衆電話
headed back.
電話か。ここら辺はね嘘のアリバイの話なんだから
I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
目撃者はいないみたいな、証明はできないわみたいな感じか。
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty.
タクシーに使ってしまったの。
Badly.
事故じゃん。
And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because he didn't have driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant,
はいはい。
he
それが
made
一
sure
応ア
I
リ
got
バイ
to
な
the
のか。
hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
なるほどね。これがグラスゴーでのアリバイか。死亡推定時刻私はいなかったわってことかな。でもこのアリバイが双子だからできたのかな。どっちがやったかわかんないけど、あ、でも妊娠してる方だから多分この人自身が言ったのかな。死体の話をしようか。ちょ待ってな、どうした？なんか歌ってるぞ。大丈夫？
The bruise.
あざ？
I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policeman. I found the body.
死体を見つけて
I
地下室で見つけたんだよな。あざがないよって言われてんの。入れ替わりできてんのかやっぱここに。
his body. It didn't look real.
現実とは思えなくて
His throat.
喉
It looked like his throat.
切り裂かれたようだった。
And I didn't see his glasses. There's these
メガネをかけてなかった。
glasses. It doesn't always work. Really? Okay. Here's the
何
rest.
何ないないない。
Made a body of a doctor. Oh, the wind and the rain.
彼女の死体。
Till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by.
なんでこうなったの？
On a dreadful wind and rain.
ダウナ。
Made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her finger bows. Oh, the wind and the rain.
どういう歌ですか？
Fiddle pegs from her finger bows. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breast.
めっちゃ骨使ってるじゃん。
Oh, the wind and rain.
何やり？
Sound could pierce a heart of stone.
骨って大事ですか？
The dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the dreadful wind and
握手されてる。
Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
歌詞の内容は証拠に使われたりする？なんだっけ、なんで急にこんな歌歌い出したんだ、陽気に。怖いなぁ。毛があったね。人形の毛みたいな話もしたもんね。
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair,
ダ
average
ークな
build.
誰？ひげを生や
He's
し
clean
あ、
shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo.
サイモンかな
They said I should bring a photo.
を見せてくれる？
This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
ああ、見せてくんないのか、さすがに。
It's Rapunzel.
ラプンツェ
The
ル。
story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets
王
pregnant
子
by
の
the
子供を
prince,
妊娠した
and
こ
Mother
とで
Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's
Oh,
already
that's that.
happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
何の話だ？ハッピーエンドどう？なんか実績解除した。
What kind of hairs?
胸毛が出たみたいな話あったよね。口論って聞いたんだけどな。いいね。
Is married couple stuff? A stupid argument.
夫婦によくある類の口論よ。でもまあ口論っ
Everyone
て
knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
いうのもまあ嘘なわけだな、これ。実際は、まあ、妹と仮定しますけど、双子の花が怒って殺しちゃったな。
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
7時ぐらい。まあ、ここはね、あんまりもはやもう重要ではないのかもしれない。あとはやっぱ凶器になった鏡とか。あんまりないね。
The mirror.
鏡。
I can't remember.
覚えてない。
I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think.
あ、鏡どうしたのって一回だのか。
I haven't looked at it since.
でもそれは重要なワード紛れたりしたいだろうね。あとコーヒー好きって言ったな。あ、いっぱい出てくるコーヒーの話。
Black coffee, thanks.
ブラックコー
No
ヒ
sugar.
ー。
Sweet enough as it is. Black no sugar.
ブラックコーヒー。
Thanks.
あ、飲み物どうしますみたいなこと聞かれて、ブラックコーヒーでって答えたの。
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
コーヒーいらない。電話。はいはいはい。
A mobile phone?
携帯電話。
Where? Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work.
仕事用に1台。
The number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its
サイ
charging
モンの話
cable.
かな。
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
家の中を見たいみたいなかね。
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home.
あれこの人タトゥー入れてないな。
I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know.
やっぱ別の人なんだな。そういうことだよね。別に見分けがつかないでも。あ、イブについての話あったね。検索してなかった、そういえば。
Well, my friend Eve.
友達のイブにね。
I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the
いつも男の子に人気があって。
I mean, really hate her sometimes.
憎んでた。
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around.
イブって多分花なんだよね。
I held her head under and I kept it out. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her
やっぱ憎んでたんだ
and
な。
watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards.
愛憎
It
混
was a
ざっ
love
た
hate
感じ。
relationship.
双子だったわけだしね、本来。
My mother called me Eve.
お、
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though, I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till. Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her
し
out.
てくれないから。ラプンツェルの話してたよね。
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
名前はサラ。
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana. But I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
はいはい、履歴見れるの助かるな。優秀なデータベースじゃないですか。あ、赤ちゃんについて調べてなかったね。
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together.
結婚式
Since
か。
then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday. I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married.
でも
It
幸
was a
せだっ
beautiful
た。
wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it.
幸せだったん
It
だ。
felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us. Yeah, we were 17.
17歳。
It was a nice wedding. people said Simon looked very handsome in the photos.
結婚したのは
His
17
parents
歳
paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car. No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I
結
started
構
wearing
か
a
ぶる
wig.
ようになった。
Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it.
Oh.
We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
え？別々の人間になる。やっぱ同一人物のように振る舞ってたってこと？でそしたら花の方が妊娠してしまってもう同じ人間としては生きられない。名前について。
No, no cat. My parents had a
全然
cat
関係
before
な
they
さそう。
died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
猫の話。
My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
やっぱり嘘発見器使ってるね。
Yes. My name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
やっぱこれが嘘だったってことだ。これか。
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test. I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work?
17歳の話。
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
17歳で
No, I was 15. Carl was older.
カールっ
17, I
て
think.
誰？
I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid.
浮気相手か。
So he got tired of us and we split up after
あ、
about 6
私た
months.
ちって言ってるから。
It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
やっぱ双子で付き合ってたんだ、一人の男と。二人で一つみたいな。お、カールの話結構ありますね。
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
15歳の時の話も聞いた方がいいかな。
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
サイモンと出会ったのが17歳の時。
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried.
ああ、やっぱ二人で一人だったんだ。
Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys.
運転が上手。
Hannah liked a boy. I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't.
それが内気な方が花だ。
She had lots of excuses.
で、カールに好きになっちゃったんだね。なったのは花の方だ。
I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
なるほどね。花とやっぱりイブは入れ替わりをしたんだ
Hannah
ね。
was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went.
入れ替わり続けた。
We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes.
同じ服使えばいいの。
Terrible bladder problems.
トイレが近い女。
The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
慎重に。
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
それで妊娠して結婚っていう話になったのか。しかしこの入れ替わり、両親知らなかったでしょう、絶対。こんなことしてるなんて。なるほどね。二人で一人の男と付き合っていたけど、ナナが妊娠しちゃって、で結婚をするよみたいな。でも結果的に流産をしてしまった。でそれをなんていうか、どうなんだろうね。サイモン男のことを愛していたのかわからないけど、やっぱり同じになるのが いいみたいな、一蓮托生、二人で一つみたいな気持ちがあってあるべき姿に戻った。で私たちはまた一つになったってみたいな話もしたから、やっぱり二人で一人だったねって思ってたけど、男の方はバレたのかな。でもはい、花とサイモン。
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
この人が住んでいるところに花とサイモンが越してきた。3人で暮らしてるっていうのを手だってことは、やっぱりサイモンは知らされてたってことかな。私たち双子よって。やっぱワードには出てこなかったけどあったね、映像。
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
いや、ピヨピヨピヨ。
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
めっちゃ否定してるね。
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
双子だってことをちゃんと認めてますね。はい。ちょっとタトゥー、ちょっとね、ここになんか出てるんだけど、これどうやらエンディングに行くための、まあ、要素らしいんで、ちょっとまだ放置しますけど、タトゥー入れてる方と入れてない方が多分いると思うんだけど、どっちがどっちかちょっとまだよくわかんないので、ちょっと調べてみたら動画が4つ出てきたので再生してみます。
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach.
傷がある。
Past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV.
入れてる方と入れてない方がいるね。
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
お、事故の証明。
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots.
家出した時に入れたんだ
I
ね。
don't exist. he saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
サイモンが出会ったのは
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed. Was still pretty sick of the STD.
これは花が出ていった後かな。
They were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot.
で、両親が死んでいた。
And I'd slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate.
キノコが原因。
Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognize them. There's no way you would have picked death caps.
違えるなんてありえない。他殺
But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
屋根裏を覗こうとすらしなかった。キノコ関係あるかな。
They said it was food poisoning.
食中
There
毒。
was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe.
ありえない。
Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone.
人に選ばれる例も存在しない。
Had any reason to hurt them.
なんかもう一悶着あるかな。
At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
うん、今話してるのは花かな。でも出てこないな。なんで死んだかわかんないのか。はい。
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No.
タイムについてはね。
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand on the oven. If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a
やけ
bruise.
どの跡とかもあんのかな。
When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our harness to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face. Gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. And she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. But she snapped a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs,
同
blits.
居のタイミングも一緒はすごい。まあ、一緒にいたら風邪とかはね、引くだろうけど、うつっちゃうから。はい、ちょっと新しいワードがあったので、見ていきます。
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was
何
his
見て
brother.
るんだ。
And so it's fine.
何のなんか絵本とかラプンツェルの話したけどね。
An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair.
でも浮気なんてしないわ。
No, I have never been unfaithful.
浮気を
I've
したこ
never
とも
cheated
な
on
い。
Simon.
これは花の方かな。浮気したことないって。
Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday. Simon never cheated on me.
されたこ
He
とも
was
ない。
devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can. No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
サイモンとデートした時の話。
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
これあれだよね。これとつながってるよね。
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in the bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist. No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar.
おう。
I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them? I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I have pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us.
これ
I
は
didn't tell him. Just waited.
妊娠した
Hannah and I were
妊
meeting
娠
for
してるって
birthday
言った
and
からその
I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
花に伝えたと。
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister who didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
えそういうこと？はい。で、それで、エンディングを迎えるために、チャットがね、なんか来てるみたいなんで、それを見たいんだけど、それは、これ移動できるね。お。どんな感じだ？終わったのか？なんて言うんですよね。終わりましたでいいのかな？あれ？はいでいいのかな？はい。そうか、それじゃ分かったのか。君のお母さんがなぜあんなことをしたのか。母さん？自分のお母さん。ってことは、妊娠していたのはイブの方なので、イブの息子ってことが警察になったってこと。だから映像がすごい古めかしい感じなのか。なぜあんなことをしたのか。はいでいいのかな。ならよかったよ、サラ。外で待ってるからログオフして出てきてくれ。コールってあるの？サラは確か子供につけたい名前みたいな話があったな。女の子だったのかな。いや、後で待ってからログオフし会話終了しました。ユーザーオフラインです。自分の母親のことについて調べてたのか。他のところも見れたりする。なんだこれ。いじれたんだな、ここ。全然気づかなかったけど。コイン箱は？全然わからん。顔。なんだいこれ。ミラータイル。はいはいはい。遊ぶやつね、こうやって。交互に自分でやってるじゃん。なぜこれがゴミ箱に？こいつがデータベースだ。情報公開法に沿って申請し、ゲストとしてのアクセス権を取得しておいたよ。見たところちゃんと機能しているようだな。オリジナルのビデオテープからの移行は1999年に行われたみたいだが、この後の Y2K 騒ぎやらなんやらでこいつは放置されたままになっていたようだ。残念ながら刑事の映像が入ったサーバーの方は見つけられなかった。 あるいは1997年の洪水の際にやられてしまったのかもな。何にせよこれだけでも情報としては十分なはずさ。 SP。 いろいろもっとデータあったけど、その一部は失われてしまって、でもこれだけ残ってたってことだな。ロジックデータベースについて、コンピューターテクノロジーは現代の警察活動の根幹を担うものであり、このロジックデータベースは我々の仕事の流れをデジタル化し、より活用しやすい形で証拠を保存するための試みの一つです。犯罪に対処するための最重要ツールとして、コンピューターの需要は今後も一層高まっていくことが予想されています。このデータベースには、ポーツマスの凶悪犯罪関連アーカイブより集めたビデオ映像が収納されています。データは ASR テクノロジーによって自動的に整頓され、各証言は個別のクリップに分割されて保存されているため、それぞれにキーワードを追加する、タグをつけることで法廷への提出の際に活用することができます。ね、もうかなり便利っていうかね、キーワード入れるだけでそれに関する証言が出てくるんだもんね。クリップを取得するには検索ボックスに言葉を入力する必要があり、はいはい。これは今までやってきたからわかるね。はいはい、複数検索もできると。便利。テープを文字起こしした資料などが手元にある場合は、発言の全文をダブルコーテーションで書くことでその発言と完全に一致するクリップを見つけ出すことも可能です。便利だね。検索したクリップを後で参照したい場合は、セッションに保存をクリックしてください。任意のキーワードを追加しておくと、その言葉からクリップを検索できるようになります。その他質問に関しては所属する署内の IT 担当者にお問い合わせください。これ最初に見てもよかったね。でも、なんとか閉じちゃうか、これ。ね。どうなんだろう。お母さんはね、釈放されたのかな、それともまだ収容されてるのか。でも子供生まれて警察官になるぐらいの年月は経ってるからね、亡くなってるっていう可能性もあるよね。病気とかで。いやでもなんか悲しい話だったな。2人で1人を演じてたっていうのが、最初はね、なんか好奇心とか遊び心からだったのかもしれないけど、それがお互いに依存して愛する人でさえも2人で共有するみたいな、かなり歪んだ愛情というか、普通なら考えられないような人生を送ってきたんだね。で最終的に愛する人を殺してしまったっていう悲しい話でしたね。いやーでもね、双子ってわからんないもんね、最初は。妻を自称する女性じゃないけど、妻とされる女性って言ってたから、2人で1人のつもりだったんだろうけど、外から見たらね、片方は妻かもしれんけどっていう。 結果その双子だっていうことは暴かれて、罪もちゃんと裁かれたんだと思いますけど、いやなかなか難しかったね。これがハーストーリー、プレイヤーのお母さん、彼女のお話でした。ちょっと全部回収しきれてないかなっていうところはあるので、よければ皆さんも買ってみて、全回収目指して全ての謎や疑問を解明してみてください。では今回はこの辺で終わりにします。またねー。